Hey guys, what's up? This is Tyler from Animator Kid. Now, many of you might recognize me from my videos discussing the inner workings of the Star Trek universe, and by the way, thank you guys so much for watching. Anyway, one of my viewers, DarkMatter_, asked me to make a video about how the Federation's economy actually functions, rather than trying to classify it. Thanks for the suggestion, and that's exactly what I'm going to do in this video, so let's get started. Now, as I mentioned in my previous videos, there are several references throughout the franchise to the fact that Earth no longer uses money in the future. This indicates that the Federation, or at least Earth itself, operates in a post-scarcity environment where resources are distributed amongst the population. This is backed up by the assertion that humans eliminated poverty, war, hunger, and other things by the early 22nd century. This was likely accomplished through the use of low-cost methods of food production, clothing, shelter, and other necessities. It's likely that the United Earth government, again without trying to characterize it, is largely responsible for the distribution of these resources throughout society. As several characters have mentioned that capitalism and the acquisition of wealth are no longer priorities. Instead, the driving force behind human existence is self-enrichment and the betterment of all humanity. This is an indicator of a sort of libertarian socialist philosophy amongst humans, where the desire for material possessions is replaced by an attempt to effectively improve the community and the self. Now, we do know that the Federation is not an entirely moneyless society because they make limited use of something called credits. In addition to being used as a de facto currency when dealing with foreign powers, these credits are used to buy luxury items and are rewarded through, well, employment. So this basically negates the idea that the Federation is an entirely moneyless society, but it does point towards the fact that there's still some sort of incentive structure to earn compensation for labor, just not the same impetus to acquire large amounts of wealth. This is similar to the political philosophy of John Locke, an early modern political thinker whose writings were heavily influential in the construction of the United States Constitution. Locke, in his second treatise on civil government, essentially states that a man should not own more land than he can make use of. So while elements of the Federation's economy are planned and facilitated through state control, other aspects are left to individuals to decide, although there's no evidence that corporations exist on the same scale as they do in our own time. Instead, labor, such as civil engineering or naval service, is likely rewarded through credits, which can be used to make purchases that supersede the basic standard of living established by the Federation. Other ways to earn credits might be through academia, such as contributing ideas to various scientific fields through an interstellar forum similar to today's internet. Now, I wanted to mention the Replicator once again. Many pointed out that the Replicator is military-grade technology, not available to the public, which seems to be mostly true for everything preceding the Next Generation era. However, by the 24th century, the Replicator seems to be rather ubiquitous, at least according to Memory Alpha, further contributing to the Federation's post-scarcity economy. This means it's possible that during the 22nd and 23rd centuries, the Federation still required an expansionist foreign policy in order to gain more resources, with interstellar trade among various species helping facilitate the sharing economy that likely continues in some form into the modern day, or the modern day as in the future. However, the basic necessities of life have already been cheap enough to distribute amongst the entire population for some time, at least on Earth, but likely among all Federation member worlds. For more on how this can be achieved, I've included some links to articles on Futuretimeline.net regarding advanced agricultural methods, 3D printing, and nanotech industrialization. As you can see, it's extremely difficult to pin down exactly what terms to use to describe the Federation's economy, because it mixes elements from a variety of systems that have existed throughout our own history. If you want to join the discussion on whether or not this system qualifies as communism, be sure to click the element somewhere on the screen or the link in the description. Thanks again to DarkMatter_ for the video suggestion. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like. Also, I've set up a Patreon page for my channel, which you can visit on another one of the elements somewhere on the screen or the link in the description. Thanks to everybody who has already contributed to my Patreon. It is duly appreciated. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to be awesome. Live long and prosper.